Welcome everybody to the Heart Coherence Collaborative. I'm Kyle Boyd.
I'm Leah Rush.
We're so happy to have you here with us. Today, we're going to have an incredible guided experience from our good friend, Josiah Brandt. We've gotten to know Josiah. He's an incredible person, one of the most beautiful creators in the world.
Yes, we love Josiah.
Yeah.
He's been with us before, and we're glad he's back.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of the Heart Coherence Collaborative, come join us on Facebook.
Our group is called the Heart Coherence Collaborative.
Yeah, and we do a meditation every morning as a group, and then we have incredible interviews with awesome guests like Josiah.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with a heart coherence practice.
Yeah, heart coherence is when our heart, mind, and emotions come into energetic alignment, and how we obtain that state is rhythmic breathing through our heart and then moving ourselves into elevated emotions. So what we're going to do first is breathe in and out through our heart, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. And then we're going to experience something like gratitude or appreciation.
Okay.
You want to explain anything else?
No, just that if you're new to the concept, you're just imagining that your breath is flowing in and out of your heart. So if it helps you to focus on that area, you can put your hand on your heart. You don't have to do that, but it does help focus.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So let's go in. Focus your attention in the air of your heart and imagine that your breath is flowing in and out of your heart or chest area, breathing a little slower and deeper than usual. Try a pace of 5 seconds on the in-breath, 5 seconds on the out-breath, in and out through the heart. Now, as you're breathing in and out through your heart, think about something in your life that makes you feel joy. Maybe it's an activity, something that you do that just brings you a lot of fun. Whatever it is, it just fills you up with joy. As you're breathing in and out through your heart, just feel that joy. Be in that moment, that place, do that thing that just brings you that joy as you breathe in and out through your heart.
Next, still breathing in and out of your heart, imagine yourself into a place that makes you feel a sense of ease. And if you want to just make one up or imagine it, that's totally fine too. Just let yourself smile as you imagine yourself on a beach or in the woods, or maybe at someone's house that really feels like home. Feel that feeling of ease. Breathe it in and out of your heart.
Now, as you continue to breathe in and out through your heart, think about someone or something that you really appreciate in your life. This could be somebody that's just really helped you, somebody you look up to, or just a good friend that's been there for you. As you breathe in and out through your heart, just really turn this appreciation all the way up.
And next, still keeping that breathing pattern going, imagine a place or a person that makes you feel really comfortable. So you might imagine yourself in bed in the morning, maybe even if it's cold or rainy outside, how good it feels to be warm and in your bed. Maybe think of a person or of them hugging you, or a little meditation spot that you have. Just imagine yourself there in that feeling of comfort and breathe it in and out of your heart.
All right, everybody, we are so excited to be doing this technique with you. Our good friend Josiah from the Neville Goddard School of Imagination is going to be guiding this incredible technique. You guys are in for a treat.
Yes, take it away, Josiah.
Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. Thank you all for joining, and thank you, Kyle and Leah, for hosting this Heart Coherence Challenge with the Heart Coherence Collaborative. I'm going to start just by introducing myself. My name is Josiah Brandt. I am originally trained as a military intelligence briefer about 20 years ago, and ever since then, I've been teaching in one capacity or another. And in 2017, I found my true passion and calling, and I began to teach on the subject of imagination. I opened my own school, the School of Imagination, and there I teach students what I feel is a critical and crucial life skill, particularly when we're talking about mastering our ability to live life of our dreams, to really master our potential, to really reach and excel and be the humans that we desire to be. I believe that imagination is the most crucial skill to accomplishing that, and it is a crucial skill to be developed. And so I've been teaching and training the skill of imagination for about the last 5 years now. And in that amount of time, I have, through working with hundreds of students, I've had the opportunity to really hone and distill down what the key elements are that make someone empowered with a strong imagination, a strong ability to imagine, a strong ability to create the life of their dreams through imagination. Now, this is probably no surprise to anyone who's hearing the sound of my voice in this moment, but imagination creates reality. And what I mean by that is imagination, or the unseen realm, the realm that can only be seen through the third eye or through the higher awareness. That realm is kind of like the source layer, the source code layer of our reality. And the material reality that we view around us is an offspring of what is originally created in imagination. Now, the way you could say that is that really before you can see anything in the physical 3D material realm, it has to be imagined first. And that certainly goes for everything that is man-made, but on a level of consciousness, the whole universe was imagined and thus sprung into being. Now, when Kyle and Leah reached out to me and asked me to come on this Heart Coherence Collaborative Challenge this time around, I've been a featured speaker before, they mentioned that they were really interested in guided experiences wherever possible. And I was thinking about, what could I bring to offer to a wide and diverse group of people to really help emphasize what I feel like are really these crucial skills that we need to master to be the humans that we came here to be. And honestly, there's really one skill that I've distilled over the years as being absolutely crucial to our ability to imagine wisely. That's kind of my tagline there. Imagine wisely, right? Wisely and lovingly. And in order to interface with our imagination, there's really one key skill that is all important. And that is the skill of attention. The skill of attention and of sustained focus, sustained attention. Now, we live in a day and age where attention spans, we shall say, have diminished somewhat. The velocity of information is flowing into our realm of reality in any given moment. I don't have to tell you, you experience it every day. There are constantly new sources of information infiltrating our awareness at any given point in time. And this is especially why I call attention a skill. It is a skill. Now, when we talk about skills, we're talking about something that can be honed, that can be refined, that can be cultivated, that can be trained, that you can engage in a practice of mastery with. And in my mind, being a teacher at the School of Imagination and having worked with all of these students and really gained a perspective on what helps them be successful in their pursuits and in their endeavors, the ability to focus attention, the ability to sustain attention is absolutely crucial, and it's incredibly valuable. So for today's guided experience, I'm going to guide you through a very basic level of what I consider to be attention training. This is an attention training exercise using the imagination. And I'm going to invite you all to join me in this exercise. I'm going to guide you through it. And I'm going to invite you to practice holding your focus, sustaining your attention on a single idea just for a couple of minutes, and notice what that feels like. And the whole idea with this particular exercise is to give you enough internal stimulus in your mind's eye, in your imagination, as you're following along with the imagery that I'm feeding you in terms of guiding you through this experience, to give you just enough stimulus to really help you connect and sustain your focus on this stream of energy, this stream of information that is emanating from your own body, from your own being. You'll get what I mean when we hop into the exercise here. Now, before I start this exercise, I invite you to consider that the most valuable thing that you possess, the most valuable thing that I possess, the most valuable thing that any human being possesses, the most valuable currency there is, the most valuable currency there is the currency of attention. The currency of attention. And I also invite you to consider that any truly wealthy person, I'm not talking about bank balances or what your bank statement says. I'm talking about someone who's truly embodying that state of wealth. Any truly wealthy human being comprehends in totality the value of their attention, They understand that where they place their attention, their energy flows to that place. And what they place their attention upon will grow, fed by the energy of their attention. Now, when you begin to think this way, when you begin to truly appreciate the value of your attention, it becomes a different paradigm of awareness. Because you start to guard your attention. You start to realize that really, if my attention is the most valuable currency I have, I shouldn't be wasteful with it. I should invest it. I shouldn't just deplete it without any particular purpose. I shouldn't just waste it or spread it by the wayside or treat it as valueless. I should treat it as valuable, incredibly valuable, highly valuable. And I should choose to invest my attention in the things, the people, the places, the ideas that I desire to see prosper. Now, this is great on its face, just as an idea, but from a metaphysical perspective, which is really what the School of Imagination is all about. We're really teaching a metaphysical perspective of consciousness. From a metaphysical perspective, each of us being the observer, each of us being a point of consciousness observing a quantum reality, okay? From that perspective, that's the perspective that I'm speaking from when I say that attention is the most valuable currency that we possess. It's from that perspective. It's from the perspective that what I'm placing my attention upon, I'm literally reaching out into the quantum field of all possibilities and I'm collapsing it through my attention upon it. Now, with that being said, that's a great intro as to why it is important to practice cultivating attention. And one of the practices that I really feel is very, and you'll notice from the way we start this exercise, this is very much aligned with the state of heart coherence, because I have found that attention is easier to manage, direct, focus, and sustain in a state of focus when we are in biological coherence, physiological coherence as a state. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to join me in this attention training exercise, and I will see you on the other side.
Okay, welcome to attention training. I want you to think of this exercise like you think about the muscle groups that you exercise at the gym. You go to the gym and you have a specific group of muscles that you desire to develop. And so there's specific exercises that you do to help develop those specific muscles. And you don't just do them once, you do them over and over again, and you do them in sets and you do them repetitively. And depending on what you're exercising and what your skill, what your goal is for the exercise, you will change or modify or adjust the exercise as you're doing it to get deeper or faster or slower or heavier or lighter. So you kind of will adjust some of the parameters of the exercise to help it really target the muscle group. Now, obviously, the gym is the analogy, and the muscle that we are developing in this training call is the muscle of our attention. Now, I've developed just an imaginal exercise. It's a scene, it's an idea, it's a mental concept, and it is a multidimensional mental concept, meaning that the imagery that I'm going to guide you into or guide you through is active in multiple dimensions. So it's one thing in your imagination on its face, but there's more happening behind the scenes or more happening at a deeper level than what you will perhaps initially comprehend. And as you continue to practice with this rather simple exercise that we're going to go through, I'm going to lead you through it in today. And then once you kind of have this skill set, this exercise, you're kind of familiar with it, you can practice it anywhere and everywhere. And slowly but surely, you're going to develop the multidimensionality of your awareness through this exercise. Okay. So wherever you are, just go ahead and get into a comfortable position. Kind of check in with your body. I like to sit up straight and put my shoulders back to kind of open the heart space across my chest. And I'm going to guide you through the full extent of the focus practice here, and then understand you don't have to take all of these steps every time. You can shorten once you understand what you're doing and what the goal is. You can tweak it for your own benefit, but I'm going to walk you through the full experience here. Okay, so we're going to put our shoulders back, kind of sit up, and just become aware of our breath. Slow the breathing slightly. Become more deliberate with your breath, more aware of your breath. Allow your body to relax, allow your muscles to relax. Just do a gentle body scan. Notice any areas of tension and allow them to release. And now bring your attention to your heart, your physical heart, the center of your chest. Become aware of the space that the heart occupies, the physical organ of the heart. Become aware of the space that it occupies in the center of your chest, and continue to breathe as you focus your awareness on your heart. Okay. Now, with your awareness centered on your heart and your breathing long, deliberate, slow, and steady, using your mind's eye, using your imagination, imagine that your heart is a sun. Imagine that your heart is a sun. It is a star. It is a source of light. It is a source of energy. Your heart is a source and it has mass. Begin to feel your heart as the sun and begin to feel the mass of the sun, the mass of the sun, the energy of the sun, the radiance of the sun, and be aware of all of this contained in the center of your chest. You should feel some gentle heat. And with your eyes closed, see if you can sense a radiation emanating outward from your heart, which is the sun. Continuing to breathe, long, slow, steady. Feeling the sun in the center of your chest and your heart space. Your eyes closed, sitting up straight, shoulders back, feeling that your heart is the sun, feeling the light, feeling the radiance, feeling the energy emanating outward from your heart, which is the sun, which is the source. Continuing to breathe and holding this image. Okay. Now, feel, using your mind's eye, using your imagination, using your sensing and your awareness, begin to feel that your heart, which is the sun, has a gravitational pull. This is something you can feel into with your imagination. What would the feeling be like if your heart was the sun and it had a gravitational pull? What would that feel like? What would be the energy radiating off of the heart? What would be the energy coming back, the pull of the gravity coming back into the heart? And just sitting with your eyes closed, continuing to breathe long, slow, and deep. Hold this feeling in your mind's eye, hold it in your physical awareness, your heart, the mass of your heart as the sun with a gravitational pull. Okay. Now, this is the basic idea that we're going to play with. And I've walked you into this space where you're feeling your heart to be a source, to be a radiant source of energy, of heat, of light. It is the sun, and it has mass, has a weight, and it has a gravitational field and a gravitational pull. And this is our foundation. And this is where we start our attention exercise. Become aware of the center of our body, our heart center, as being the center of our own solar system. It's the center of our own solar system. Now, a solar system has planets. The solar system has planets that are attracted by the gravitational pull of the sun, in the center of the solar system. And our heart is the sun. And our heart has a gravitational pull, has a gravitational field. And so, in your mind's eye, using your imagination, your sensing, and your awareness, place a single planet in orbit around your heart, which is the sun. Now, you're kind of creating the planet a little bit, but mostly you're becoming aware that it's already there. It's already there. So rather than creating the planet, you're finding the planet. Find the planet in orbit around your heart, which is the sun. Now you're going to place this planet. You're going to find this planet. You're going to place it, find its place in space. Okay? In space. It's somewhere in your field. And to start, find it. If you think about the radius, if you think about the size of the orbit, right? Find it about 10 feet out from your heart, which is the sun. Find the planet. Find it in its orbit. Become aware of it. Become aware of its speed. How fast is the orbit of this planet? Become aware of it. Find it. And using your attention, begin to track it as it orbits in the gravitational field that is your heart. Find the planet, find the tempo, find where it is in space, and with your awareness of the tempo, you're finding where it is in time. Okay. Now become aware of your planet. Is it moving from right to left? Or is it moving from left to right? Become aware of the plane on which it is moving. Horizontal. Become aware of the direction. Become aware of the speed. Become aware of how far it is from the sun, your heart center. Okay. Okay, so the foundation is my heart center is the sun. I have a gravitational field. There is a pull, and then it's becoming aware of the planet. Okay, becoming aware of the planet, finding it in time and space. Okay, now this is the basic bicep curl of attention, because we're becoming aware of something that is in our space that is imaginal, and yet it also represents something that is also physical, which is our heart field, the electromagnetic field surrounding our heart. So what we are doing is we're cultivating our awareness of our electromagnetic field, which is also a gravitational field, which is also a source, a radiant energy source of heat, light. Our heart really is a sun, and the planet is a tool for becoming aware of this field of influence that surrounds us all of the time in our physical body. Okay? So this is where we start to shape the exercise and deepen it, and we're going to take it a little further. Okay. So level one is the awareness of being the sun, being the center of your own universe, being your own radiant center. Level one, I am the sun. Level two, find the planet, right? Find where it is, okay? Level three, so you can just play with any one of these levels. You don't have to take it all the way in. And this is the sort of thing where in all of your idle moments, you can use this to become aware of your heart field and to begin to cultivate the strength of your focus, the strength of your attention, okay? So level one, I am the source, I am the sun, I am the center point of my universe. Level two, find the planet in orbit. That's where we start to cultivate the attention. Level three, adjust the orbit using your imagination, using your mind's eye and your awareness. Okay, so what I do for this is I take that planet, which was, when I first found it, it was about 10 feet out from my body, from my solar center of my solar system. It's about 10 feet out, and it was slowly orbiting from right to left. And I take it and I pull it all the way in. And now it's about 6 inches from the center of my chest. It's very close around my body. Just a very, very close, tight orbit. And it speeds up a little bit, speeds up, and I've got it spinning right around my heart. And I become aware of that. And I just hold my focus. I hold my attention on tracking this planet in orbit around my heart, which is the sun. It's close to my chest. Become aware of that. Sit with that. Focus on that. And then push it out. Push it out. 6, 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. Keep going. 50 feet. Can you find it in the orbit? Don't lose it. You got to keep track of it. Where is it? 50 feet, 100 feet. Now it's I'm sitting in the top floor of my house, right? It is now at the edge of my cul-de-sac, right? The little cul-de-sac where I live. I can trace, I'm sitting in my house, and this planet is outside of my house by about 100 feet. And I find it in its orbit. Find it in its orbit. And now I can push it even farther. Can I find it a mile away? Can I find this planet orbiting my heart center a mile away? Now you can go much farther than a mile, but the question is not how far can you go? The question is how precisely can you maintain awareness of the planet no matter where it is? And this is the cultivation of the attention. No matter where the planet is, this imaginary planet, which is a tool to communicate with the edges of our heart field, right? This is why when I began, I explained this is a multidimensional exercise. It's an imaginal picture on one level, and on another level, it's helping us tune into and become aware of our field of effect that comes out of our heart, which literally is the center of our own personal solar system. So become aware of the planet, become aware of how we can speed or slow the orbit, and we can even reverse the orbit. We can find the planet in its orbit, and we can stop it. And we can begin the spin in the other direction. Okay. So level one, I am the sun. My heart is the center of my personal solar system. It has mass, it has light, it radiates energy, it has gravity, it has a gravitational pull. Step 2, level 2, find the planet. Find the planet, become aware of the planet in orbit around your own personal sun, your own personal heart center, the center of your own personal universe. Find the planet. Level 3, begin to interact with the planet. Pull it close, push it far, speed it, slow it. Now, these first 3 levels, when applied with a clear intention to cultivate awareness, to cultivate the power of focus and the power of attention, these 3 basic levels can be applied anytime, any place. I do this while I'm driving. I'm sitting in my car. I find the orbit of the planet around my heart center. Sometimes it's on the other side of the highway as I'm driving. I do this while I'm walking. I find the edges of my field, right? Which the field doesn't really have an edge. And that's part of the magic and brilliance of this exercise. It's like, where do I place the edge? Where is the extent of my awareness? And this exercise, in addition to cultivating attention by giving you something to focus on in your field, is also cultivating your awareness of your presence, your awareness of your heart, which taps into this idea of HBC, or heart-brain coherence, taps into awareness of your heart as being the center of your field, taps into awareness of your field of influence, your field of effect that is immediately surrounding your physical body. And it is a centering tool, and it is a power tool.
Okay, welcome back. So that was attention training levels 1, 2, and 3. And this really is just the very beginning of a rabbit hole that goes very, very deep. Really getting this basic understanding of what our attention is as a currency, learning to focus and sustain it is just the beginning. And what we can accomplish when we begin to hone and refine this skill of attention as a currency, as a faculty, as something we've really invested in becoming masterful at, what we can accomplish is truly mind-blowing. It is truly stunning and amazing what is possible for human beings to accomplish when we cultivate the skill of our attention. So I want to give you a little bit of information about where you can connect with my work. You can find my work with the School of Imagination at schoolofI.org. And for all people who are associated with this Heart Coherence Collaborative, I'm giving away a free 32-lesson Consciousness 101 course. You can register for it on my website. It's free. We have an app that you can download and you can consume all 32 lessons of this Consciousness 101 training, really just laying out the basic fundamental ideas of what you need to know to begin to live your life imaginatively, full of meaning and purpose. And all the videos are short, about 20 minutes or less. And we've put together this course just as a free gift to anyone who is connected with our work. I also want to talk about some of what I do at the school. So in addition to being the headmaster and lead instructor on all topics related to imagination, I'm also a facilitator of events. And one of the events that we do every year, and this year, coming up later this year is going to be one of these events. I do something called the Portal Retreat. And in the Portal Retreat, we explore this amazing state of consciousness known as the hypnagogic state. Now, this is a very narrow window between the state of waking consciousness every day, being awake and aware, and sleep, which is kind of that dreamlike state. There's a window in between these two states. This window state of consciousness is known as hypnagogia. And when you have cultivated the skill of attention and you learn to hold your attention on this window of time between wake and sleep, mind awake, body asleep, or the state akin to sleep, for those of you familiar with Neville Goddard's teachings about metaphysics, the state akin to sleep, in that narrow window of time, if you can focus your attention on that narrow window of time, you find that it is a portal, a doorway, a gateway to the multiverse, a gateway to exploring the multidimensional aspects of yourself. This is that window of time where things like astral projection, active imagination, out-of-body experiences, remote viewing, time travel, all of these kind of advanced psychic superpower-like effects can be accessed in this narrow window of time. And I, with my team at the School of Imagination, have created a retreat, a 7-day retreat, focused specifically on cultivating this very unique state of awareness in that tiny little window between wake and sleep. It's called the Portal Retreat, Portal 2022, and you can find links to it on my website. You can find out more information about it. This year, it's being held in mid-state New York in the United States. So thank you so much for joining me for this attention training exercise. I look forward to seeing more of you as you connect with my work and in future Heart Coherence Collaborative initiatives as well. Until next time, imagine wisely, my friends, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you and good night.